because of this song, she won Germany's Female Singer of the Year twice.
Holy shit.
Yeah, she's just huge. She is all the rage right now. She is like Madonna.
How crazy is it that, not that long after World War II and the Holocaust, that she's winning Singer of the Year in Germany?
In Germany, yeah. After winning Eurovision there.
That's so crazy.
Welcome to Ill-Equipped History, where two best friends tell you about a person, place, or thing.
Nouns.
Nouns. We love talking about nouns here on this podcast. I am Morgan, and I will be telling you today's story, joined by my lovely, beautiful podcast host,
Hello.
Emily.
Hi. Hi. You flatter.
Sorry. I don't know what's going on with my brain today. Sorry.
You have.
I have. I asked Emily if she was ready to start recording, and she just said, I have.
There was a whole sentence that went on in my head, and only two words came out that was not there, which are not even together. I meant to say, I have checked my audio settings. And all I said was, I have.
I sat there looking at her, waiting. And then...
Then eventually I went, yes. We caught up. The brain caught up.
Oh, I had another dinner party.
Oh, good.
I had a gal pal dinner party. It went really well. My friends who hadn't been over yet said my house was beautiful, and they loved the way I decorated. We have a screened-in porch, and everyone was gushing about how beautiful and cozy it is.
Aww.
So, Emily, I need you to come up here so you can see how beautiful and cozy my screened-in porch is.
You bet. When these kids go to school. Next week.
Woo!
We got it.
I know. I go back to work on Friday. I'm like, oh no, my summer's over.
Oh yeah, because you have to go back a week before the children's.
Yeah. To do trainings and
Dang.
get stuff together and whatnot.
How many schools do you have this year?
3.
3 again.
Yeah, I hope I don't have another mental health episode like last time.
Is one of them the easier school? Like
so,
last year?
I will have another contractor.
Okay.
And the goal is, because we'll have a lot of interns this year, the goal is to have one of the interns take over the school the third school in January.
Great.
So I won't have 3 for the whole year. I'm really hoping because having 2 elementary schools is a lot. Having 3 is so much.
At normal elementary school students, not normal, but average, are a handful.
And the thing is that elementary schools are so busy because this is where we're finding that kids are having problems in school. So there's a lot of identifying of students. And so that's when I get involved. Whereas with the middle and high school students or older, there's still kids who have fallen through the cracks and stuff, but most of those kids have already gotten support, and I'm there to just kind of reinforce or look for new problems. But I'm not having to start from scratch as often as I am at the elementary level. So having 3 elementary schools, and my new one is a pretty big school. So
I don't envy you as being the parent of the receiving end of Morgan's services. I don't envy you. It was a lot for me. And I know it was way more for the school. So, but you're so important.
Thank you.
For those BBs.
Oh, thank you.
I brag on you all the time. I'm like, she's better than you.
Thank you. That really means a lot to me. That's so funny. Oh, where was I? When we went on our family trip, some of Kyle's old family friends we went to go see them, and they have a little baby, and I was asking them questions, and because I can't turn it off. Especially when I'm around kids, I'm like, let me just do like a quick mental check. And so I was asking them questions about her language and her play and stuff like that. And they're like, is everything all right? I'm like, yeah, she's totally fine. Actually, she's probably slightly advanced. So you don't have anything to worry
I love when Aunt Momo comes over, because Aunt Momo will be like, you should, keep an eye on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good here.
But that's normal. That's totally normal. You don't have to worry about that. That is just a weird kid thing. But kids do weird kid things.
Kids are weird. And I don't care who comes at me for this. Kids are gross. Kids are just gross. The amount of times that I have to say, get that out of your mouth. They are 7 and 8 at this point. Why are you chewing on that?
I mean, everyone knows kids are gross, and that's why there's a constant rotating staff of teachers and other school staff that are out sick throughout the entire school year. I got the flu from a kid coughing in my face. I was out for a week, vomiting and with a fever because a little kid came up to me and went in my face, and I was out for a week.
You have to have an immune system made of gold, steel.
Yes.
To work there.
My mom is currently going through a health thing, and she told me when school starts back, she's not seeing me until she's over her health thing. She's like, I can't risk it.
We'll FaceTime a lot, Mom. I love you so much.
That's what I said. I said, I totally understand. I wouldn't have it any other way, but I will miss you.
Yeah. You've got till Friday to hug your mom.
I know. All right, here's my last hug until Christmas.
And then I won't come over until I've been germaphobe, been in my house, quarantined myself for 4 days before coming over.
Right. Whew.
Ooh, Lord. Anyway.
I guess we'll get into our topic for today. I do want to make a little disclaimer. As we get into our skit, 1, it was really hard for me to come up with a skit for this episode, and 2, very much so artistic license as usual with this skit, because almost every person in the skit is still alive. So I'm not claiming I know what was in their private conversation, so don't come at me.
I'm claiming it. I was a fly on the wall. I recorded their messages.
When you were a baby?
When I was 1 year old. 1 year. Master programmer.
The year is 1994. Jeffrey Katzenberg and Steven Spielberg have just started DreamWorks Studios and are working on planning their first film, The Prince of Egypt. They're speaking with their team and working with their composer, Hans Zimmer, and their lyricist, Stephen Schwartz. They have storyboarded the film and are getting ready to begin animation. First, they need to cast the role of Moses' mother.
Okay, as you know, this film will be an adaptation of the Ten Commandments film. It's something I've always wanted to do, and Spielberg has given the go-ahead. Thanks for going ahead and getting started on the score and soundtrack. The opening number involves the mother of Moses. Steven, good job with those lyrics. We need someone whose voice is ethereal, haunting, will make you cry. I think I know just the person. I'll let you know if she agrees by tomorrow.
Hello?
Hello, Ofra Haza. This is Stephen Schwartz. I'm working as the lyricist on an up-and-coming animated feature. I was wondering if you would possibly be interested.
So that's how I think this conversation happened. No directors or anything. It's just these 3 guys.
Just 3 dudes.
I do know it was Stephen Schwartz who recommended Ofra Haza for the role.
Okay.
According to what I was reading on Wikipedia. So today's episode, because I recently rewatched The Prince of Egypt because it's one of the greatest films of all time, I decided to cover Ofra Haza, who is the voice of Yokeved, Moses' mother in the film, but she is so much more than that. She is a pop star in her own right.
Cool.
She has actually been described several times as the quote-unquote Madonna of the East. Again, big pop star. So she was born Bathsheba Ofra Haza on November 19th, 1957 in Tel Aviv, Israel. Apparently her sisters did not like the name Bathsheba, so she just went by Ofra. Okay. Her parents, Yafet and Shoshana Haza, immigrated to Israel from Yemen in 1949 to flee persecution. There was a really big, I don't know if it was a full genocide, but there was like a lot of violence against a specific brand of Jew they were. Okay. So they fled Yemen. She actually had 8 siblings, so holy shit. Very big family. And the culture they come from is the Mizrahi, or I've also seen they're called quote-unquote Oriental Jews. That is what it's described at, not my words.
Okay.
So the neighborhood that she grew up in, I've seen it called the Hatikva or just Tikva neighborhood in Tel Aviv. And this was I've seen it described as like a slum or a ghetto neighborhood, very lower class. It was very disenfranchised, a lot of Yemeni families, a lot of immigrants who grew up poor. Okay. Her mother actually worked 3 jobs to try to support the family, and her father worked for the city. And from a very young age, Ofra Haza loved to sing. Her brother said when she was young, she would dress up in her mom's clothes and sing in front of the mirror. Aww. Which is really cute. And a lot of people believe she gets her love of singing from her mother. Her mother was a singer in their home country, and she performed for family very often. And so Ofra started her own singing career with her school choir when she was very young. And she was extremely talented, to the point where a local theater workshop in the Tikva neighborhood accepted her when she was only 12 years old. So she was performing on stage at 12.
12 is crazy.
Yes. And the mission of this specific theater troupe was to bring awareness to the circumstances in the neighborhood, because again, there's not a lot of opportunities. And she did so well. At the age of 14, she got 3rd place in the singing competition. Wow. And she was also, I don't know where to put this, she was a mezzo-soprano. So she can get up there, for sure. Yeah. So I'm going to do my best because I do not speak Hebrew. But her first hit was called Ga'aguim. And it released in either 1973 or 1974 and was a huge hit. And this is what kind of started putting her into the spotlight.
How old was she when that first hit came out?
About 14 or so.
Okay.
14, 15. Okay. So she's still singing. I don't know what the next few years hold for her. In Israel, you have to serve a compulsory military service with the IDF. So she joins at the age of 18, is discharged in 1979 after 2 years, and she starts her singing career professionally. So after she was discharged, she acted in the 1979 film Schlager. And her role in this film was as a frecha. And a frecha is similar to what we would call like a tramp or a whore. Someone who was considered loose with their sexuality. And the term frecha was often used to describe Mizrahi women, of which she was part of that culture, as kind of like a derogatory term. Right. So she has a song in the film Schlager known as the Song of the Frecha, or the Tarts song. And it's like about, I read some of the lyrics. They were in English, but it's like, oh gosh, what was it? It was like, yes, I'm here. This is what you expect of me, so I'm going to do it. Something like that.
Might as well live up to your standard, whatever.
Right. And like, you're going to stereotype me. Like, this is what I'm going to do. Right. So the song and her role in the film actually really kind of put her in the spotlight, and the song was a big hit. But she wasn't really a big fan of This Is What Got Her Famous. Because again, like, the song is, you know, it's, the lyrics are not the best. And when she tried to move on from this, actually a lot of songwriters didn't want to be associated with her because of her role. And because she was rude. I know.
She was acting.
She was acting in a role, and she was from the neighborhood. She was part of that culture. So I think there was some racism, prejudice, going on here as well. So because she had such a hard time getting songwriters to write for her, remember that theater troupe she was in? The leader of that workshop, that theater troupe, his name was Bezalel Alani. He began writing songs for her. Was like, no one else is giving you a chance. Let me do this for you.
Right.
So that same year, 1979, she released... Oh, sorry. So he starts writing songs for her. But I will say, the song that she sang, which I guess in Hebrew is Shir Hafreha, it helped, even though songwriters weren't really writing for her, other, like, the listeners really loved it and actually put her in a place where she started winning Singer of the Year. Oh. Because I guess she performed it really well. And she was actually Singer of the Year from 1980 to 1983.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
3 years.
4 years, actually, if you include 1980.
True.
So
yes.
She stayed on top, and she actually released her first solo album in 1980 with the help of Bezalel Alani. I'm not familiar with the culture, especially in like the 80s, so I'm going to do my best. Her first album, and the genre she primarily sang in, was called Zemer Ivri, and tabletmag.com described this as, quote, a clean-cut style of easy listening music with folky roots and Zionist sentiments. So I guess it was very pro-Israel, native Hebrew type music. I listened to a few of her songs, but they were a little bit later. But I mean, it's her song, like, I can definitely see where like the cultural influence comes from, but her songs were also very poppy as well. Very, you can dance to them, you know.
Okay.
So she gets another big boost to her career in 1983 when she comes in second place at Eurovision.
Whoa.
Which is a big deal. And this was a really powerful win for her. Because Eurovision was in Germany. She sang the song, a Hebrew song called Hai, which means alive or living. So she is in Germany singing a song in Hebrew about being alive.
Wow.
So just even more.
What year is this?
1983.
Yeah. That's crazy.
And just powerful. You know, very powerful statement. So very big boost to her career. And it just keeps going up, honestly. She released so many albums. I don't know. I'm not going to list every album because it was like more than 25. I'm not going to go through her entire discography. I'm sorry. We could have time, but I'm just not going to do that because that'd be repetitive and boring. Look it up on Wikipedia.
Google it.
I have the links in the sources. She then released an album called Shirei Teman, which charted globally. So not just in Israel, but everywhere. And this whole album blended pop and Yemeni music, and it popularized Mizrahim, which is a Jewish culture that, again, she was part of. Mm-hmm. So it brought focus and, allowed people to recognize this subculture in Israel, like this whole community of people that she belonged to. People are like, oh wow, like this is a really cool culture, and like let's learn more about it. And throughout the 80s, she's continuing to release major hits, and she's considered one of the most beautiful voices to come out of Israel.
Wow.
So in the 1980s, quote-unquote exotic foreign dance music becomes all the rage in the West, from all kinds of places. Like, the only one I can think of, honestly, is the like, that's the only one I can think of right now. But I know there's more. Like, there are some that, I mean, they came from all over. So Ofra releases one of her biggest hits called Imninalu. And this is a dance remix of a 17th century poem from Yemenite Rabbi Shalom Shabazi. And it is a massive hit.
Whoa.
It was huge. I actually listened to it, and it's funky. I'm trying to remember again the song. There's some English lyrics, but it's like Yemnin alu 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 alu. Like, it's got a funky beat to it, and she has like this beautiful headdress on in the music video. But it was number 15 on Billboard's Hot Dance Club Play chart in the US in 1988.
Holy shit.
And because of this song, she won Germany's Female Singer of the Year twice.
Holy shit.
Again, she's just huge. She is all the rage right now. She is like Madonna.
How crazy is it that, not that long after World War II and the Holocaust, that she's winning Singer of the Year in Germany.
In Germany, yeah. After winning Eurovision there.
Crazy.
Or coming in second place in Eurovision, yeah. And I'm sure it was like a really big moment for her and for other Jews and stuff, to like have this moment. She was actually nominated for a Grammy, which is a US award, in 1993 for her album Kyria, which sold more than 1 million copies.
Holy
as well
shit.
as her album Shade. Again, I hope I'm pronouncing these right. Oh, here it is. She had 27 albums. She had so many. With, again, a lot of them using her Yemeni culture to influence the sound. I know.
She just embraced it. And sometimes people will step away from their culture to fit into, like, the whatever society wants them to be. And she was like, nah, I'm going to sing about my culture, and you're going to like it. And they did.
Yeah, exactly. So Bezalel Alani was her manager and primary songwriter for many, many years, most of her career. She did write some of her own songs. But she did a lot of collabs too, with a lot of people. As far as public performances go, again, I'm not going to get into all of them, but she did perform a lot in Israel, especially at like different basic military training camps and stations. She survived a plane crash.
What?
Her and Bezalel, I don't know how to pronounce his name, sorry, were in a plane crash coming back from an army base. And they lived. Shit. Also, I couldn't find when this happened, but she was also in a plane that was struck by lightning.
Okay, get out of planes. You're done with planes.
But she lived.
Drive, honey. Just drive.
I know.
Take the boat.
A couple other awards. She won in 1988, she won the Golden Lion contest in Germany. And she also performed at the International Song Festival in Tokyo. In 1994, she performed on The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, and also performed at the Nobel Peace Prize ceremony in Oslo. And this particular Nobel Peace Prize ceremony was to celebrate the Israeli-Palestinian peace process.
Wow.
So there were a lot of peace talks going on in the 90s that she sang to celebrate this. Speaking of that, not a lot is known about her political stances. I actually tried to find what her political stances were. From what I found, there was nothing that was incredibly controversial in her political stances that she did take publicly. She's very, very private. We're not going to talk a whole lot about her life until honestly, not a lot in this episode because she was so private, even after her death. It's locked down tight. So really all we have to talk about is her musical performance and her death, which, but she still deserves to be talked about. Absolutely. In my opinion. So she appeared at the 1991 event Give Peace a Chance. She was a political activist for Yemenite causes, and she even wrote about her commentary and about these different issues for an Israeli newspaper. Wow. She was considered a Sephardic Jew, which is a lower class in Israel across the board, and so she was very much so an activist to get these needs for the lower class, brought it to public awareness. And apparently she was asked to perform for the Pope, and she declined.
Oh, cool. Oh.
Yeah. She said no thank you.
She declined the Pope?
She declined the Pope. She did a lot of duets with people. A few that I saw were Paul Anka, Cliff Richard, Iggy Pop, Paula Abdul. She performed with a lot of people, most of whom I did not recognize. Yeah. Apparently, Michael Jackson invited her to go on tour with him in 1990, and she also declined. She said, no, thank you. I do not want to go on tour with you, Michael Jackson. She had lots of fan clubs around Israel, as I'm sure you can imagine, probably around the world. And really the only insight into her personal life that I could find was she married a man named Doron Ashkenazi in 1997. And very shortly after, she cut ties with Bezalel. Okay. And all I could really find is speculation. Nothing confirmed. And I'll go into it a little bit when we talk about her death. But it seemed like Bezalel Alani was very controlling.
Okay.
And again, this is speculation, but I wonder if there being, another man in her life, a husband, may have been too much for their relationship.
Right.
To my knowledge, there's no reported romantic relationship between Ofra Haza and Bezalel Alani. I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and say maybe there was, or I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. There's no evidence of it. From what I could research, it seemed like maybe their relationship just couldn't handle Doron being in the picture.
Right. But because I'm sure Doron had opinions about, where his wife is going and what's going on, and if Bezalel had, before been the one that was calling the shots, and now there's another opinion. I could see how that could, deteriorate a relationship, and maybe she wanted that and didn't know. I don't know. Now I'm speculating. I don't know. Maybe she wanted it. Maybe she didn't. I don't know.
Right. And unfortunately, we may never know. So in 1989, I've seen Steven Spielberg and I've seen Steven Schwartz asked her to sing the song Deliver Us for the film The Prince of Egypt. So I got that wrong in my skit. I apologize. So she portrays the role of Yocheved, who's Moses' mother. She sings the "Deliver Us," like, just beautiful. And she does a lot of the female vocalizations in the score as well. I think I was reading through her Wikipedia, or the Prince of Egypt Wikipedia, that she would, like, Hans Zimmer did the score of the Prince of Egypt, and she would, like, fly in and, like, record on his tracks and then, like, leave. But she did a lot of, like, the like vocalizations and stuff for the film.
Oh.
I've seen that between 17 and between 29. The film was translated into either between 17 and 29 languages, and she reprised the role of Yocheved for all of them. She sang it between 17 and 29 different languages for this film.
Wow. Holy shit, that's hard.
I know. Which, honestly, like, it's probably because they couldn't find anyone else like her. You know what I mean?
They're like, if this movie only has this, you know, if we only have her to do this one part, she's going to have to do all the parts, or, like, the whole movie's ruined.
Right. Well, and just think of, I know it's been a while for you, Emily, but the very first scene of this film, which you guys, you need to watch it. It's one of the greatest films of all time, and I'm not being facetious or exaggerating. It is. And I listened to the commentary, and I've been, like, researching it, because when I love something, I need to know everything about it.
Yeah.
It took them, like, 4 years to make this film.
Take away all the religious parts of it. Just structurally, within its core, is just an incredible movie.
And it's not preaching. It's not saying this is why you should believe in God. It is a Bible story, and it's they now I'm getting into the film and not her, but the creators of the film consulted like 200 different experts of like Islamic, Jewish, and Christian experts to make sure that this film was representing all three Abrahamic religions appropriately, and it wasn't like, it wasn't insulting in any way, and it was faithful to the message of the story.
Yeah.
And the care that they took with the animation. Animation. If you don't know,
animation.
It's the story of Moses. And so the scene where he parts the Red Sea, Emily, there's some like CGI involved.
Yeah.
Like in the animation, which you can barely tell. It took them 2 years to render just the parting of the sea. It took 300,000 hours to render that.
Wow.
Like, so much...
God, such a good... I just can't get over how good of a movie that is.
And it's beautiful. Like, it's not perfect, I will say. It's not... I don't know if I've ever seen a perfect film, but it is just so good, and it's so... There's so much care.
Yeah.
There's so much care and artistry. And I've actually heard that the naughty animators who didn't meet their quotas were sent to work on Shrek.
I will say there is something very special about 90s animated films. It was like the golden age of animated films.
Yeah, I agree.
And there's something about the animation style that I think just draws your attention. And I've heard that Disney is going to start bringing back the older animation style. And I hope they do. I hope they do.
Well, and it's funny you bring up Disney, because the art design of the characters was very purposely made to not look like Disney. They were like, we want them to look like people.
Yes.
And if you know, Jeffrey Katzenberg worked for Disney, and there was a big falling out, and that's why he's like making fun of Disney and Shrek. Anyway, that's a whole other thing. But speaking of character design, when the creators saw Ofra Haza and they saw her singing for Yocheved, they actually changed the design to look more like her.
It does look like her.
Yeah. And I mean, Ofra Haza is gorgeous. Absolutely.
Oh my God. Drop
beautiful.
dead. I keep staring at her in her wedding dress and her smile. And I've just been staring at her in her wedding dress this whole time. She's so pretty.
She's so beautiful. Like, and just look up pictures of her. She's just
stunning.
I watched a few of her music videos, and she's so beautiful in them too, and her voice is just... I read somewhere, I didn't include it in this, and I don't know where I saw it. It was years ago, but she had perfect pitch. I was not able to verify that for this episode, but I read it somewhere a long time ago. Which it wouldn't surprise me.
It wouldn't surprise me.
She's very talented.
Wow.
All right. Now we're getting into the sad.
Oh no. There's always sad.
It's always sad.
There's always sad.
In February of 2000, she was rushed to the Tel HaShomer hospital, and it was discovered she was suffering from massive organ failure.
Oh. What?
She had AIDS.
Oh no.
And at the time, it was reported that she had died of pneumonia, but it seems it was more of a mass organ failure due to being HIV positive. She died on February 23rd, 2000 at the age of 42.
So young.
So young. Thousands of people had attended her funeral, and at the time of her death, she'd been working on a new album that fully leaned into her Yemeni background.
Wow.
So there was a lot of controversy surrounding her death and afterwards, as I'm sure you could probably imagine.
Yeah.
In the 2000s, in Israel especially, it was very difficult to be open about AIDS diagnoses. I think in more Western cultures, there was a lot of work in the 80s and 90s to make it less of a stigma. Like we talked about it with Princess Diana. And I think Magic Johnson shared that he was HIV positive. So, but in Israel, there was still a massive stigma. And so she didn't tell anyone. I think maybe only 2 or 3 people knew about it, and it was not the medical team that helped her when she went to the hospital.
Oh.
So there were 2 big arguments that I saw about her diagnosis. So there was one group that said if she had been open about her condition, she could help decrease the stigma and normalize living with an AIDS or HIV positive diagnosis, you know, and help people.
Okay.
The other group said her health is her own business. It's not anyone else's business to know her diagnosis. It's not her responsibility to have a platform for AIDS awareness.
Both can be true.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. It's her choice.
Right.
It is her health, her choice. If she wished to use that as a platform, she very well could have. And it would have helped.
Right.
But she ultimately chose not to.
Which is
her choice.
Right. My only thing, and I do agree with this, is that the medical team should have been made aware.
Agreed. Because they're the one trying to save her life.
Right. And they did not know she was HIV positive when they were trying to help her, and she was dying of massive organ failure. So they were being exposed to her bodily fluids, not knowing she was HIV positive, and therefore not wearing the correct PPE.
Right.
To make sure that they also didn't get the disease. But I do agree that it's with you that if she wanted to have a platform, she could. It's her choice, but ultimately it's her business if she wants it to be between her family, and her medical team.
Agreed.
So, like I said, her personal life is a huge mystery. She was incredibly private. The media was trying so hard to get into her life, speculating about her relationships, especially after her death. Her marriage to Doron Ashkenazi was the first confirmed relationship that she was public with.
Wow.
And she was in her 30s when they married, like 39. And he also met a very sad end. It turns out he was also HIV positive. And about a year later, after she died, he died from a cocaine overdose.
Good Lord.
So when it was discovered he was also HIV positive, a lot of finger pointing started going around.
Right.
About how she contracted it. And she was on such a high pedestal that when her diagnosis came to light, the public insisted someone had to have done this to her. Because in their eyes, she was... It's like that Madonna thing where, like, she was seen as this perfect woman. And because she wasn't in any public relationships, people assumed she was a virgin, which I don't even want to talk about her sex life on here when it's not important to the story. But there's so much speculation, and people are like, no, there's no way. She's this pure, innocent being. There's no way she could have been sexually active. There's no way that she could have given it to him. He must have given it to her, which did not help anything. And honestly, no one knows. No one knows.
And no one should care. She's allowed to do whatever the hell.
Right.
In the privacy of her own home.
And she also put on a very rigid public persona. Like, there was never a hair out of place. You never saw her without her makeup. She was not in any controversies, which helped build up this, like, Madonna image of her.
Right.
And there was actually, right before she died, she did an interview on TV. But she did a video interview instead of it being in person. And she was actually very, very sick when this happened.
Yeah.
But she made sure the public was not aware, and said that it was because she was, like, out of town, and that's why she couldn't be in person. But she wasn't receiving appropriate medical treatment. Like, if she had been receiving, like, the recommended treatment for AIDS and HIV, she probably could have lived longer, but she was being treated by a family friend, and she refused to go to the hospital until it was too late.
Stubbornness.
Yeah. And just privacy.
Yeah.
So going back to her relationships, the truth about her relationships with Bezalel and her husband were very speculative, and Bezalel did not help anything. It's believed that her relationship with her manager was very, very controlling. And when she got married, they believed her husband was also domineering. And like what you were saying, they were clashing.
Yeah.
And so Alani just cut ties and left.
Right.
I didn't see anything about how their relationship was, if they spoke again after they cut ties. I don't know. But like I said, it was speculated that her husband gave her HIV because she was 40 actually when they got married. Mm-hmm. And he had infected her with HIV, and Alani came out with a book, and he heavily pushed this narrative, as did her family, that it was his fault that she came down with AIDS. Some people thought that she got it abroad and just gave it to him. And I don't know. No one really knows.
It's not impossible. I mean, there's so many things that could happen.
There is. And, you know, I didn't see anything about, and again, we may not even know if there was any kind of drug use or what her sex life was like. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to speculate on it, but we don't know. We don't know if she gave it to him, if he gave it to her. No one knows. Or if one other narrative was from Doron's adopted son, Shai. And he said that Ofra was a wonderful stepmother, very kind. I think he had, Doron Ashkenazi had a biological daughter and an adopted son when they got married. Shai said that it was likely they were both HIV positive when they met, which is also possible.
Very possible.
And that could be why she was never in any public relationships until they got married, because, people often wouldn't, like, they didn't want to spread it to anyone else. So, in the 80s and 90s, people with HIV would get together because they wouldn't spread it to anyone else. They already had it.
Right.
So that's a possibility too. And he believes that his father's death was a suicide, because he couldn't live without her.
Oh.
Which is really sad.
It's so sad.
So there was a documentary about her life that was released in there's been a few documentaries, but there's one released in 2020. I did not watch it. I was reading about it, and the article that was talking about it said it gave more questions than answers.
Great.
So, but some things that I saw in the article that were from the documentary were that she did move in with Alani and his family when she was 14. But again, there's no evidences or any kind of
right,
sexual relationship between them. There's no evidence of any abuse going on, but it did seem like he was very controlling. And the people who knew them said that he was very controlling and isolated her. Like, there was an example that was given in one of the articles that one of her friends, invited her out to a club just to dance, get some drinks, go party. And Ofra was very, very anxious the entire time because she's like, you just go out and party. And she was terrified that Alani would find her out because she wasn't allowed to be. Meanwhile, she's in her 30s when this story happened.
Oh,
she's not like a 12 or 14-year-old girl. She's in her 30s, terrified that her manager is going to find her at a club. This is from one of her friends. So, it's in one of the articles I read.
Wow.
So, there's that. But some of the positives that came afterwards, and a little bit of her legacy. In the months after her death, HIV testing doubled in Tel Aviv. So her death did bring awareness for people to, get checked. She does have a park named after her in her old neighborhood near her childhood home's location. I know. I know. There was a Google Doodle, I think in 2013, made for her. And there was a Rolling Stones article that came out in 2023 that listed the top 200 greatest singers of all time in the world. And she was number 186 and the only one from Israel.
Wow.
Number 1 was Aretha Franklin. I checked. I scrolled all the way to the bottom.
I love Aretha Franklin.
I know. You need to cover her at some point.
Oh, yes.
There was a little bit of controversy recently where I didn't even watch it because I don't want to see this, but apparently she was, quote unquote, revived using AI.
Oh.
And quote unquote sang a duet with a singer named Zohar Argov, who is also now deceased. Again, I did not look that up because I find that slightly ghoulish, and I did not want to see it.
Hate that. I also hate AI with a burning passion.
Yeah, I do too.
Okay.
So I will say we do not use AI in our research, in our editing. If our platform uses AI to do stuff, that is outside of our control, but we do not use AI. We are anti-AI for creative purposes.
We shut it off whenever possible.
Yeah. This is a human-made podcast.
100%. Mistakes and all.
Yes.
We make them because we're not AI.
Making our mistakes. Ofra Haza is still one of the biggest cultural icons in Israel, with 9 streets named after her and a postal stamp.
A stamp.
And that's what I have on Ofra Haza. And all I can think of now is her "Deliver Us," which I'm not doing justice at all.
No, guys, please go watch that movie. Oh my god.
Please go watch The Prince of Egypt. It's so good. Since I've watched that movie, the Plagues song has been in my head, and it is just... I start jamming to it in my head. I send a pestilence and plague into your house, into your bed, into your sheets, into your streets, upon your drink and in your bread. I just love it.
Hans did not have to go that hard.
He went so hard.
But he went so hard.
He really did. So go watch The Prince of Egypt. It's a great film. Again, one of the greatest films of all time. It's actually how DreamWorks got its start. I think technically it was its first film. I don't know if it was... I think Ants was technically the first one that was put in theaters.
I love that
movie. The Ants was like pushed out quickly, but The Prince of Egypt was the first one they started working on. And it took them almost 10 years to from conception to releasing in theaters to make this film.
The animation style really gives very similar to Atlantis.
Yeah.
I love that style. That slightly steampunk style movie. Like Atlantis and what's the other one where they're like sky pirates?
Oh, Treasure Planet.
Yes. Thank you for getting Sky Pirates.
I also love that movie. Yeah.
It's just, they're so good. But seeing her in this picture, like in the animation, just the 90s animation was so good.
It was so good. And I watched it listening to the commentary. There's 3 directors on this film. And I was listening to their commentary about it, and just even the little things they were talking about, these little things that they went back and forth on for forever, and these the way that things were starting to go, and then they're like, no, that doesn't make sense. Turns out they didn't really have a script. They literally were just kind of going as they went.
I love that.
Which I love. A lot of things were kind of vibes. When they were storyboarding it out, and then as they were developing, and which is part of why it took for fucking ever, because they kept having to get the animators to go back and change shit. Oh, no. I'm sure those poor animators were like, I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah.
But they were talking about the way that an art, one of the art directors had the light hit characters in a certain area, or y'all, you have to watch it for the Passover scene. Oh my god. Oh!
I haven't seen it in a long time, and when you say The Prince of Egypt, I have memories in my head. Mm-hmm. And I'm telling you, it's been over 2 decades.
Yeah.
Probably 25 years since I've seen this movie.
Mm-hmm. You should rewatch it.
I should.
I mean, I watched it when I was a little kid, and I had questions. I think it could be an interesting discussion for your family.
Yeah.
And it's not gory, but
no,
it can get a little dark. It's about slaves in Egypt.
Yeah. But I think it's important to have those discussions.
Yeah.
They're old enough to grasp concepts.
And they know it's a cartoon movie. They know it's an animated movie.
Speaking of which, slight squirreling off. My daughter, whom is 7, guys, has asked to watch Jaws.
Wow.
Should I show it to her?
So I saw it when I was 13. I was not very scared by it. Okay. There was one part that was a jump scare that got me.
Right.
But honestly, like, especially in this day and age, the shark looks kind of,
Right.
it looks like a puppet, you know?
Right. Well, and I told her, I was like, the shark is not real, and that is not how sharks behave. Mm-hmm. It is 100% fake. Mm-hmm. So I'm just scared that, like, at 7, she's going to be scared of sharks.
Or it could be like, wow, sharks are awesome because they eat people.
Knowing her, she'd probably like that.
Yeah. I think it could be, I think it would be fine. Like, I wanted to watch it, and my grandma wouldn't let me till I was 13 because it scared her so badly. But I watched it, and I was like, this isn't really that scary. Just this one scene that kind of, like, shocked me. And it's like they're looking underwater, and like of a boat that was attacked, and I think a body slips out. But it's like literally a second, and there's literally like a stinger where the music goes BAM! So it like literally is supposed to scare you. And that was the only scene that scared me.
Right.
But it is, there's blood, so.
There's blood, which she's not. No, she looked at my red food coloring when I was making a cake the other day, and she held it up and she said, "Look, Mom, it looks like blood." It's like,
She's so spooky. Sometimes in a scary way.
I was trying to clean the coloring off my fingernails because it had stained around my fingers, and I didn't quite know. I was like trying to scrub it off, and she said, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "I'm trying to scrub this off because it looks like," and I didn't really have a word. So she finished my sentence with the word murder.
Oh, good.
I was like, yeah, looks like I murdered someone. Are you okay?
You 7-year-old?
Scary.
I think Jaws would be fine.
One more fun fact about Jaws. The Jaws movie is the reason I cussed in front of my dad for the first time. Because I was walking through the living room, and my dad was watching it. And I looked at the TV, and it was the scene where Jaws takes all the barrels that are supposed to keep him above the water and just drags them down. And I went, "What the hell?" And Dad said, "What'd you say?" And I went, "What the heck?"
Okay. That made me think, what was your first cuss word? Do you remember? I remember mine, but I want to hear yours. What was the first time you cussed?
Okay. So my brother and I need y'all to know where I learned this word. When I was in elementary school, we could see the school from our backyard, and we were kind of latchkey kids, so we just walked home. And on the back of a street sign on our way home, in front of the elementary school, so somebody in the 90s was just messing around with these kids. They just wrote fuck a bunch of times, right? Mm-hmm. So I read it because I'm old enough to read now, and I'm really proud of myself. I read the word, I say the word out loud, and my brother goes, "You shouldn't say that." And because my brother told me I shouldn't say that, I was very argumentative with him, and I was like, "What? It's just a word. It's not gonna hurt you." And I was going, "Fuck, fuckity, fuck, fucker, fuck." The rest of like the probably 8-minute walk home, just the F-bomb in different ways. And then my brother was like, "That's a bad word. Don't say that in front of Mom and Dad." And I was like, cool, got it.
I'm just imagining him like listening to you just like drop the F word so many times, and he's like, not in front of our parents.
Please, dear God.
So it's funny because my first cuss word was also fuck.
Good for us.
And it was, I think I was like 4 or 5, and we were about to go on the boat, and I had fallen in between the dock and the boat. Yeah. And I was not ready because this was not like a summer cruise. This was like the water had just come in, so it was still like really cold. And someone had pulled me out by like the collar of my neck, and they put me on the dock, and I said, "That's fucking cold." In front of my whole family. And they were like, okay, we need to start watching our mouths around our 4-year-old. Oh my God. And my mom was like, Morgan, we don't say that word. And I was like, but you say it.
That's so funny. You know what? If we're speaking technically, still my first cuss word was the F word, but it's only because I don't know if y'all notice, I don't talk real well. I did have to go to speech therapy as a child, because again, I talked even worse back then, but I couldn't say TRs. My TRs came out as Fs. And my Uncle Bill just happened to drive an 18-wheeler as his job, so he would come over with his great big fuck all the time. But no one could get on to me because I was trying my damnedest to say truck. And just
couldn't get it. I bet your parents were cracking up every time. Like, look at him and his big fuck.
Yeah, they were like, Emily, what does Uncle Bill drive? And I'd go, look, a great big fuck.
I would do that as a parent too.
Yeah. Anyway,
let's do socials now that we're finished talking about cuss words.
We should get back on the rude, crude, and ill-mannered
yes.
bonus. We have a whole episode about cuss words, guys, on our Patreon. Anyway.
Ill-equipped history. No, patreon.com/ill-equippedhistory.
Ooh, we're starting with Patreon today. Okay, Facebook.
Ill-Equipped History podcast group and page.
Instagram.
At Ill-Equipped History.
Gmail.
ill-equippedhistory@gmail.com.
And TikTok.
At Ill-Equipped History, one day there will be more videos.
Guys, give me, honestly, I've got a bunch rolling around in my head. Give me till next week when the kids go to school. Do you know how hard it is to film with children up in your face? So sorry.
Under your nostrils.
Yes.
It is just,
I have
Mom.
I have ideas, so bear with me. Anywho. We're gonna go, I think.
Yeah. Follow your dreams.
Yes.
Be talented. Yes. Just get good.
Yes. Just
like
get
Ofra
good.
Haza.
Yeah. Like, have you tried being better? And be so talented that animators will change a cartoon to look more like you.
Because you're so talented and beautiful. Okay, bye.